Mike, I have heard that you're raising a $500 million hedge fund. What can you tell me?
You know, I can't confirm or deny it. The SEC doesn't allow us to, but let me just tell you that I'm really excited about the space and I'm working real hard in it.
Why? What on earth got you interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies?
I had a roommate from college, a guy named Joe Lubin, who was one of the key guys in building the Ethereum project. And at this point, Ethereum had just launched. And I called him and I said, Joe, can I come to your office and you can give me a tutorial on like what I own and really let's think through, should I keep this stuff, should I buy more? And I went over to Bushwick in Brooklyn. This would have been January of last year, 2016. And I expected to see Joe, a dog, and one assistant. And I saw 30 dynamic young people crammed in a Bushwick warehouse, coding, talking on the phone, making plans for this revolution. And then all of a sudden he pulled up video screens and there were people in other countries and he already had 40 employees. At this point, Ethereum was about 85 cents. And you know, macro guys are instinctive. My instinct was, damn, I want to buy a chunk of this company. And literally, right then I was like, what does it cost to run this company per year? If I give you 10 million bucks, how much would it help? And as we started talking about a deal, he said, you know, it's going to take me a while to figure out exactly what the company looks like, because one of the unique things about this culture is it's distributed everything, distributed trust, distributed ownership. And so there were lots of sub-companies in that ecosystem, and it was a bit of a spaghetti map of ownership. And so I was leaving to India, and he said, you know what, give me a month, come back, and we'll talk about it. And I at least learned from trading, when you know something's good, buy something. And so I ended up buying a bunch of ethers when they were, you know, call it $1. Went away to India on a trip, came back, and they were already trading $5 or $6. And at that point, the company Consensus didn't need my capital anymore, nor did I want to arbitrage my college roommate. But that's when I really got re-engaged, and because I sensed this almost revolutionary zeal amongst the people there. The more I dig, the more exciting it gets. Because it's not just about Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin was an amazing experiment. It was an amazing revolution in lots of ways. It was a revolution in cryptography, a revolution in economics. Can you create this currency with a fixed supply? And then there was Ethereum, that really is an architecture to build on top of, almost like a public utility. But the real revolution is this revolution of decentralized world, decentralized living, right? We have all these big institutions that we come to trust. Some are trustworthy and some aren't. And this community thinks, hey, there's a different way of doing things. And so I think the punchline gets missed often when everyone focuses on Bitcoin all the time, when it really is, the revolution is moving into a decentralized world.
Let's talk for a moment more about that ether trade. How much did you put down on that marker?
Well, I put down enough to make a fortune, because anything you buy something at 1 and it goes to 400, you don't have to be that smart. But I was trying to buy a lot. It was very difficult to buy.
So you would have bought more?
I would have bought more. I wanted to buy $2 million worth, which now would be worth $700 million. And originally it was just, you couldn't find them. You know, New York State passed some laws to protect the consumer that you can only buy digital currencies through regulated exchanges. At that point, the only regulated exchanges was run by the two Winklevoss brothers, Gemini, and they weren't trading ether. And so most young guys, no big deal, we'll set up an account in New Jersey and just buy them there. And, you know, but one thing I learned from a long time on Wall Street is don't break the rules. And especially if you get wealthy, really don't break the rules. And so we have a cheeky sign in our office, we're too rich to go to jail. Like, don't break the rules. And so it was hard for me to accumulate them. You had to buy them OTC. And so I got less than I wanted, but I got plenty.
Did you ever imagine that you could make $250,000 on a cryptocurrency?
A
quarter billion.
A quarter million, yes. A quarter billion, no. I didn't have that imagination.